What would you do if a single night could wipe out an entire harvest? For American farmers, traps are often the last line between control and total loss. Wild boars don't just pass through, they return in herds, on schedule, night after night, almost by routine. They don't cause damage because they eat too much, but because of what happens when they root the soil. In just minutes, topsoil is overturned, roots are torn loose, and irrigation systems can be damaged along the way. Agricultural losses in the US are estimated at around $2 to $2.5 billion per year, and many total crop failures begin with what looks like minor rooting damage. A single herd of 10 to 20 boars can destroy more than 1 hectare in one night, right when crops are reaching maturity. At that point, this is no longer a natural risk. It becomes a livelihood problem farmers are forced to confront. Facing that threat, many ask the same question. Is there a way to stop wild boars while remaining safe, humane, and environmentally responsible? The answer lies in modern trapping systems. Contrary to popular belief, today's traps are not designed to harm wildlife. They are built to control intrusion safely, reduce direct conflict between humans and boars, and comply with local ecological management regulations. Their evolution reflects a clear goal, not elimination, but behavior guidance, protecting crops while maintaining balance between agriculture and nature. The effectiveness of these systems becomes clear night after night. Farmers no longer need to stay on constant watch. Instead, they can monitor, assess, and adjust control measures proactively. Fields gradually stabilize. Damage is contained. More importantly, people regain control over protecting the results of their labor. Calmly, deliberately, and with a plan. In many places, farmers don't see wild boars as enemies. They understand these animals are part of the natural world. But when survival boundaries are crossed, finding a balanced solution becomes necessary. Used correctly, traps serve as a middle ground, protecting crops, reducing conflict, and preventing more serious consequences down the line. Sometimes, it's even shared casually in conversation. Since we set the traps, the boars haven't come back, and I've been sleeping better too.
Welcome.
For farmers, wild boars aren't just a wild image deep in the forest. They can become a direct threat to crops, income, and an entire year of work. Wild boar control isn't an extreme measure. It's a necessary choice when survival boundaries blur. When traps are used properly, they aren't meant to remove nature, but to preserve balance between people and the land. And sometimes, it's a single timely decision, quiet, measured, without confrontation, that saves the entire harvest.
Here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes. There they are. There you go. Chique. É. Vai lá. Pelou.
Achei que tinha as porcas.
dog. I just think about it. He was jagging hard. Yeah, I thought you was gonna lose. Yeah. September is smaller than these guys. Called my farmer Sam, he's gonna come get them.
Here in Mexico.
One, two, three. Good. Good. Come on. Come on. We got pigs and Yep.
This place is far from homes and not yet farmland, just a dense stretch of forest, rarely visited. But it plays a critical role as a natural transit point. This is where wild boars pause, observe, and decide their next direction. Rather than chasing immediate results, the corral traps here are set to interrupt movement patterns. The goal is to strip this forest of its function as a natural transfer station. After several activity cycles, the boars begin to avoid this area altogether, forced to reroute from their point of origin. The threat is stopped before it spreads. As forest cover thins and the scent of crops begins to appear, wild boars enter a probing phase. They test multiple paths, spread slightly, and search for routes with the least resistance. Here, the trap system does not react aggressively. Instead, bait is used to shape movement, guiding the herd into pre-controlled paths. This approach prevents individual boars from breaking off and pushing deep into farmland, the most dangerous scenario for crops. At this stage, the objective is not to stop the herd outright, but to gradually eliminate their safe options. Near residential areas, there is zero margin for error. A single boar slipping through can put people, livestock, and property at risk. The corral traps here are built with a clear purpose: fast closure, clean control, no panic. They are not about numbers. They exist to ensure wild boars cannot move deeper into human living space.
Got the trailer packed up.
When control points are placed correctly, the herd is left with no safe path forward, no pursuit, no unnecessary pressure, just a firm lock on the final boundary.
Come on. Yep. There you go. Get on that bus. Get on that bus. Help. Get on that bus. Help. Help. Woo!
Wild boar trapping is not a battle between humans and wildlife. It is how we re-establish boundaries to protect ourselves while minimizing unnecessary disruption to nature. When villages remain peaceful, crops stand intact, and no one is put in danger, that is when control has achieved its true purpose. If you care about effective and humane wildlife management, like and subscribe to the channel and continue this journey of protecting the land with us.
Yep. There he goes. Yep. There you go. We got I have a lot holding that other pin. Yep, yep.
No one steps outside. Everything is monitored from inside the house, where decisions are made based on data, not instinct. A smart trap had been set weeks earlier, right along the trail the Boars repeatedly used to approach the residential area. This wasn't guesswork. The location was chosen using night camera footage, tracks, and repeated movement patterns. The system combines night vision cameras, motion sensors, and a remotely controlled gate. Most importantly, it allows full control without direct contact, a critical factor when dealing with wildlife near homes. The herd pauses at the edge between forest and living space. They test the ground, root around, circle cautiously. A few individuals hang back, watching, reading the situation. This is the most dangerous moment. One wrong decision and the herd scatters, learns, and avoids traps forever. Then, one decision, timed perfectly. The gate drops cleanly. The herd is contained in a controlled space, fully separated from the neighborhood. No injuries, no noise. No one in the area even wakes up. A secondary camera deeper in the forest keeps rolling. Another group from the same herd changes direction. No panic, no chaos. They simply circle wider, searching for a new way in. That's textbook behavior when a familiar route is blocked. Instead of escalating force, a second trap is placed deeper, quieter, less obvious. The goal isn't speed, it's closing off re-entry completely and keeping the area stable in the nights ahead. What made that night special wasn't how many boars were controlled, it was when the decision was made. 30 seconds earlier, the herd could have split and spread. A few minutes later, fences, gardens, and living space might have taken real damage. Technology helps, a lot, but it can't replace human judgment or patience. The result came from preparation done long before, and a calm decision made at exactly the right moment.
We got Leafy Leaper over. Oh, you girlfriend. People want a copy. But there they all are.
By morning, the garden is untouched. Proof that modern wildlife control is no longer about confrontation. It's about being proactive, safe, and responsible. This is what it looks like when humans manage conflict with intelligence and patience instead of panic. Situations like this will only become more common as the line between people and nature continues to shrink. In the next episode, we'll keep following how residential areas take control before conflict begins. Like, share, and subscribe to stay with us.
Run and go get the other ones now. Other one.